So, how did you guys like the film? I think it was pretty cool. I got a lot of awesome feedback on it. Thank you guys so much for commenting and or watching. It means a lot to me. Thank you so much for all of the kind things because it really helped me feel a lot better about it. So, yeah, thank you for that. Yeah, I guess I just decided that I kind of wanted to just talk about the film and like how it came to be and stuff because I think it's pretty interesting. So if you look on my channel page under videos, you'll see one that's called Where I Am, or it's not called Where I Am, but it's the thumbnail says Where I Am, and that's what everybody reads. But that video was originally what the idea of phone call was supposed to be. So I was in this college class, which is an introductory college class, and I was supposed to like make a video outlining basically where I have been from, or where I basically outlining how my first semester of college went, which was really awesome, and I explained that in the video. But that video was originally supposed to be, or the original idea for it was the idea of phone call, where I get a phone call from myself at the beginning of the semester, and I tell myself like everything I'm worried about and everything that I wish I had done, that type of stuff, and then the recipient was supposed to be me after the semester was already over, and I basically talked myself through, and it was supposed to be like a really creative way to lay out those questions that I had, and it would have been really cool for that specific instance, but because I turned that idea into a short film, which was a little bit different story-wise. I feel like it didn't it didn't do well, or I feel like I didn't like it that much. So that's basically where the idea originated from, is that I was gonna do that for the class project, and I ended up not doing it because I ran out of time and just sat down in front of my camera and recorded that video, which was honestly also very beneficial because it showed me that I can make things like this where I can talk to you directly, which is really nice. And it's actually, I've made a bunch of these, or I've made a couple of these now, and they have been really nice and easy, so I can just directly talk to you guys. So I mean, I guess it did have some of its benefits, but I guess it would have been better if I had actually taken the time to turn it into something better. But yeah, the idea of phone call essentially is I'm having a phone conversation with myself from the past, and that's what the idea turned into, at least. And it is honestly very, I feel like it's relatively deep. Like it has further meaning beyond just like, oh, it's a phone call, you know what I mean? I had to like get a little bit emotional, or not emotional. I had to get a little bit in depth of myself for that one, but which it's embarrassing, but I feel like that's the purpose, is so you guys don't have to feel like that, so you guys can connect and feel attached to the story yourself. And I hope it spoke to some people. Like I hope that message got delivered. Some people in the comments really honestly allowed me to like, oh, this makes so much sense, and that really helps out a lot. Anyways, despite all of the really kind comments I've gotten about it, I really don't like it that much. It's not my favorite thing. It is a start, and it is technically my first short film, but in total it's just not good. I mean, there's not one major, there's two whole like major flaws that it has, and that was honestly like crippling to the storytelling aspect of it. The first major flaw that the film had was that it was only one side of the conversation, and I had ideas of like including the past me like giving the phone call, and I thought that would be really good, but I never did it. I kind of just rushed through it and got the film out. On top of that, not only did I do that, but then I also which is the second major flaw, is the entire middle part of the film didn't add to the story at all, but because it was a part of the original idea, I wanted to keep it, but it didn't add to the story. It was basically just filler, and I hate that. But I mean, hey, I learned two really great, amazing lessons from that, and that is, don't just fill your films with filler, A, and B, make sure you're telling a congruent story where you get both perspectives, unless it's like purposeful artistic decision, which that was not. I was just being lazy. So don't be lazy, work on every aspect of the film, and think through before you actually do those things, which is probably, you know, just a smart thing to do in general. Anyways, speaking of thinking through films, I really want to talk about the next film that I'm working on. Okay, now I want to do a this sounds I've never tried this before, okay, but I want to do a live like playthrough of me watching my own short film that I produced. Okay? And I kind of want to go through individual things that I disliked. We'll see how that goes, I guess. I'm wearing headphones because I worked really hard on the sound design. So please use headphones. Okay. Here we go. As of 6 days ago, which is when I released this, we are at 177 views, which is really good because I wasn't even expecting that many. Here we go. Okay, this opening scene is really interesting because I started just black screen, right? And I thought that was really cool. And I feel like it is, but I think it needs to be a little bit longer because it just feels like incomplete, I guess. Or it feels unintentional, so it feels like it was a mistake. But yeah, this is just shots of my room that I took around, basically. And I actually, if you're wearing headphones, you can hear that I changed the sound frequency between the different shots and the different cuts. That way it's, because this is actually fake background noise, which is, you know, really cool. But it's so cool of me to add in fake background noise. But yeah, it's fake, but I tweaked it a little bit so it sounds like I'm shooting in different areas of my room, which kind of expands the space. Anyways, let's start again. Okay, so this is words. I was going to make it more, what's the word I'm looking for? I was gonna make it more scary almost, where it was like, ooh, it's a phone, who's gonna call, someone's gonna call, but then I completely like deleted all of that and I just kept it very simple and bland because I felt like it honestly had more impact. But originally it like zoomed in like really slowly and it started like turning. I don't know, I feel like a lot of horror movies or thrillers do that, and it was really cool originally, but I didn't like the way it looked on my footage, so I turned it off. But yeah, this scene was really cool, or really funny. You can kind of see some, or you can hear some parts of it in the bloopers at the very end. But basically, I called up one of my friends and I was like, hey, can you call me? I'm not going to respond, but can you call me? I need it for a film. And I changed like their contact information in my phone to like me. And I used like an old picture in case a picture popped up, and their name in my phone is still me. I haven't changed it yet, and it's been like a week and a half. But yeah, thank you so much by the way. You know who you are. I'm not gonna say your name in case you don't want me to, but thank you. It was a lot of help. I really appreciate it. Oh my gosh, I animated this text on the iPad I'm watching this on right now, on this app called Procreate. It's really nice, and I made these animated. I love the way that I love it when people do like the little like animated like doodle text almost, and I was like, oh, I gotta do that. Like I love that idea. So I made it for my own thing, and it was cool. The background on this shot in particular, really pretty. Like, I really cooked with this one, and I'm proud of myself. Yeah, then we cut back. Okay. That was gonna be like the whole opening shot was just my phone buzzing and then me picking it up. So I'm needless to say, I'm glad I threw in these other elements to make it more what's the word? Cinematic, I guess. Like it makes you more involved with the story. Hello?
Hey, it's
Man.
Jake.
Okay, if you use headphones to listen to this, I'm sorry for the main storyline character. I tried so hard on the vocals and did not get very far with them. I spent probably 2 hours trying to figure out how to make my voice sound normal, because those are voiceover lines. Those aren't like me talking, like recording like I am like with this. I sat down with my fancy mic and I actually recorded those lines, and I couldn't make it sound right in the initial film, and I wish I took the time to either reshoot or get more authentic sounding lines versus a nice condenser mic, because if I had taken that time, then I feel like it would have turned out a lot better. Anyways, but yeah, if you're wearing headphones, you'll probably notice that the sound design is pretty cool. I tried to make it to where I hold the phone up to my right ear, and I try to make it to where you only hear the phone call or the past me through this ear. And it would have been a lot cooler if I had made it to where it switches between future me and or present me and past me, because then it would have been like you would have heard the audio shift to where you can hear past me normally, but because I never did that, you never got to hear past me but through your right ear. And I added some distortion effects. I did this on I edited this on Final Cut Pro, but essentially I really just did EQ. Elgato's EQ is really nice, and I just cut all of the bass out of it, because that tiny phone speaker at the top of your phone only has no bass at all. So it's just like the high note or the top end of the sound spectrum. And so I just cut out all of the bass, moved it over to your right ear through a surround sound system, and it came out pretty good, I like to think. I think that's the best part of the sound design, is like the way I did that. I thought it was relatively creative. Anyways.
You have a minute to talk?
Yeah, sure. Let me get my shoes. So, what do you want to talk about?
Well, recently I've just been dwelling on the past. Not that I can remember much, but it's so weird thinking about who I was then and who I am now. It's just kind of interesting. So much has happened from then to now, and it just feels like I'm never gonna be able to get that back. Then again, is that a good thing?
God, okay, I went I got really deep with this one, didn't I? Gosh, okay. So yeah, the rest of this is essentially just filler, and me talking to myself like I'm doing right now. But last thing I really wanted to say on this was I changed the aspect ratio and it went from 21 by 9, which is like the standard for like what your phone uses, and I thought that would be like a really cool, like I like that super wide shot because it feels more cinematic, so I wanted to shoot in that, but then I cut to 4 by 3 for the middle section because I wanted it to look like I was shooting on an older camera, which I had to distort this was shot in 4K 30 FPS, and it was really nice, and I had to distort the heck out of it to make it like look like an old digital camera. And I mean, you know, you can take what you want. I'm proud of the coloring on the 4 by 3 shots, but basically the 4 by 3 looked horrible in 21 by 9 aspect ratio, the way I had to crop it. So instead of not doing 4 by 3 or changing the 21 by 9 to 16 by 9, I set up the entire scene in 16 by 9 and just had the tops cropped or the sides cropped like automatically, which kind of took away the purpose of like watching it on your phone. But like it also just looks really weird because like it's never, like the film is never filling the frame, and I'm probably never gonna do that ever again. I'm probably gonna shoot in 16 by 9, or I really like the way that 4 by 3 looks. It has a very specific style to it, but yeah, I'm never doing that again. It came out so weird and the way that it looks. But yeah, that's essentially it. But again, I will say the coloring on this is like top notch. I absolutely nailed the coloring on the middle parts. Okay, now we're back at the house. Play.
Really means a lot.
Yeah, no problem. Anytime. Just call me again if you start doubting yourself, okay? Talk to you later.
Talk to you later. Bye.
Bye.
God, dude, it's so out of sync. But yeah, this is the shot I used for the thumbnail, which was really cool. That thumbnail I think is the best thumbnail I could have made for this. I spent 2 hours on the thumbnail alone, and I went to go make it a second one and a third one to because you know you have to make multiple to, I don't know, pick which one is your favorite. And I kind of just looked at that first one and I was like, yeah, I can't make anything better than this. This is amazing. Like, I'm really proud of how this looks. So I just went ahead and used it, and it ended up looking great, actually. I'm really proud of the way that it looks personally. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know if you want me to do more of these breakdown videos. And also, I am open to doing a live stream where like we go into the actual editor of my short film and like we actually break down each individual decision I made. If that's something you guys are like open to doing, that let me know in the comments, and we'll probably do one after I release my next film. Again, subscribe to the Patreon if you want to see insights on that. And yeah, I'd be totally down to do that. I think that'd be a lot of fun, actually. It really makes me happy that you guys like watching my stuff. I guess I know I'm not like any big YouTuber at all, but like 177 people watching my first short film is kind of insane if you think about it. Actually, that's like a lot of people. That's a lot of people. Okay, also one more thing. Someone commented under my community post recently. Thank you for actually reading those. I appreciate it. It's Sir Fred 3, and they say, how do you just film and create? I'm in love with film, and I have so many ideas. I do only have a Panasonic G85, so nothing powerful, but how do you just keep creating? Because I just want to start. And I guess what I have to say to that is, really and realistically, you don't really. You kind of just, it really helps to be inspired by things, and it really helps to look around at the world in a more positive way, because it helps inspire you to come up with ideas. And whether you want to look at things through a lens of sadness or a lens of happiness, just take those ideas and turn them into actual creations. And honestly, my biggest issue for the longest time was I was too anxious to do anything. And now my family's home and I'm recording in my bedroom. So that's cool. Proud of myself for that. But I guess more so it's, you don't need the fanciest gear. You don't need everything to be perfect. Okay? Creating isn't about the end product. It's about the process and how you get there. So honestly, come up with a mediocre idea. Come up with an idea that's stupid. If anything, this video verifies that. Just, it doesn't matter. Make something, come up with an idea and just make it. Because it's better to just make something mediocre than to not make anything at all. So I don't know if that's helpful at all. I don't keep creating. I've been, I literally post every, I think my role is like 3 weeks at this point. I think this is the most in between video I've ever made. But yeah, like, basically I wait for a week and a half and then I scramble to post something real quick because I get inspired quickly or I want to say something, but really it's it's nothing important. Never think of yourself as lower or less than me, especially. Gosh, I'm nobody. But honestly, just do it. Make stuff. Do stuff. Be confident in yourself that you have the ability to do stuff. And come up with a stupid idea. Come up with something crazy and just make it. Make it come to reality. You're going to find negatives and you're going to find instances where you come across problems and you're not going to know what to do, but you need to find those solid workarounds and you need to just build, like make stuff. Basically, make stuff. I hope this was helpful. Your comment was really nice. Thank you. I hope you watched to the end of this video to actually hear your comment get read. But thank you for commenting. I appreciate your support. Really, man? You just had to interrupt me like that? Well, I guess that's all I have to say. Cue the end screen. Whew. Okay. Okay. Attempt number 2. We're gonna see how this sounds. Yeah. I'll take one of those cuts. Bye.